Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. Here to break down that part two of the NFL trade market today. As you all know, the second team that also got active today on the market was Pittsburgh, and they did a deal with the Seattle Seahawks for the rights of DK Metcalf. They did a late round pick swap and also got a second round pick. Immediately followed that up upon acquiring DK Metcalf, giving him a 30 million a year deal over 5 years. Um, Essentially, I think what happened with Seattle, they realized that offense was getting way too expensive, and it wasn't as an elite offense as it may have been posturing itself to be, especially with a 34-year-old Geno Smith, and they elected to blow the whole thing up. They got their young coach of the future, very promising, and Mr. McDonald over there, Coach McDonald, and so respectfully, they said, hey, you know what, it's time to move forward. And as you all know, the Steelers have been for at least a year, if not more, in the conversation for every single wide receiver, especially on the San Francisco 49ers roster, and finally landed their guy. I'm a huge George Pickens fan. He did miss some time this season. I don't know, they said it was due to an injury, it could have been behavioral, but is my kind of guy. Physicality is a metrics that can be quantified for the analytic junkies out there, and he brings a lot of it. And then he went and got his brother practically over there in DK Metcalf to complete and cap it off for an offense that has been running anemic for the last couple years. The key part that I wasn't aware of, maybe other people knew, but DK rookie season until 2021, he was actually there and his time overlapped and his tenure overlapped. I completely forgot, not that I didn't know, but I forgot that him and Russell Wilson were teammates in Seattle his rookie year for the first 2 years, in fact. And then Russell obviously departed. But and that's when we seen the glow up from Geno Smith. With that being said, I think from all this, yes, good for the Steelers to getting DK. I didn't know um, how much they valued Russell. You know, he made some key throws last year where it was very impressive, but ultimately at the end of the day, they were held back by their quarterback position more more leaning in that direction of me. We probably could have been better with more better quarterback play. Um, but they really seem to like Russ, and honestly, uh, the fact that they put out Fields for him, I don't know, man. That whole thing kind of just shocked me. Um, Obviously, it's in Justin Fields' best interest now to go away free agency, unless he had already told them that he wasn't going to accept the number they were offering, especially after the stunt they pulled, taking him out just before they played a favorable opponent and use that as an op. Instead of being like, here, let's help you get your confidence up, it was an actual moment for them to say this is the perfect time for a transition, showing them that they were vehemently opposed to him at the end of the day, and that was the turning point. That was the breaking point for the Steelers. I'm just so shocked that they doubled down. This is clearly for Russell Wilson. There was rumors where they were tied to Sam Darnold earlier that day. Aaron Rodgers may have been a potential option. So it appeared, there was conflicting reports where they said the Steelers are ready to move off of Russell, and the track record. Warren Sharp showed a breakdown, of all the quarterbacks throughout history who were signed as free agents and how bad their records were, and obviously his record was a winning record, but Russell, that is, but I think it's more stat padding and fabricated more than anything. It was a favorable schedule. I'm not very impressed. I love that duo though. I really do love the fact that they got a two-headed monster over there, and I just don't know if they got the. Honestly, for DK, you just went from one Geno to another. Whatever you're ceiling with, all that. Sam Darnold, Russell, Geno, they all got the same type of limitations. Might be a little more mobile than the other. But at the end of the day, they're the same type of ceiling, and with Fields, I just felt like he was a mystery marker. Yeah, he might have a 160-yard game, no touchdowns, a pick, but somehow he just knows how to get that W. And I do think Russ is, he's clutch. He's got the Super Bowl resume, but and I think a lot of people were banking on him to go to Vegas and rejoin Pete Carroll. As you all know now, Pete has no interest in that. Um, but just how much those waters run deep, so to speak, as the figure of speech goes, as the old adage goes, I had no clue. And Pittsburgh is doubling down with their conviction and belief system in Russell. Right now, Skylar Thompson, formerly of the Dolphins, who was god awful last year, to be quite frank, is the only backup on that roster. It would behoove them to go out and try to land a major name like a Daniel Jones or something, at least someone who's been there before, done that, in the event that things will go sour, because I'm more than confident, more than 60% sure that it will. And I don't know if he's got the horsepower to handle those two monsters on the edge, because George Pickens is a top 5 wideout in my opinion. And so, Seattle, they are making out like bandits. You got picks for Geno. You got a pick for. You got some. You got the third for Geno. You got the second for uh, DK, and you didn't have to pay that 150 M's because. Yeah, is he worth it? I would pay Geno 150 M's, absolutely. That's a cornerstone guy, but you don't have the equipment to do the maintenance with this high power, fire powered up machine you have here. And so, if you don't have the garage to do the work, and you don't have the utensils and the materials to keep the maintenance going on this machine, you got to sell. And that's exactly what they did. They got a second, a third. They're like, all right, cool. We're just going to, we're a defensive team. We're going to continue to build ourselves up. We had a top offense. We got some pieces that were there to see it, prevail. Sam Howell's still over there. I don't really know. Here's the thing with Sam. Sam had some favorable statistics with Washington for a guy who had no offensive line at all in Washington. Yeah, he did some things. And he could definitely be due for the next guy to have a big season. I can't wait to see. He didn't look too good in limited action. I didn't see any spark. Nothing jumped out to me. But still, like I said, his resume in Washington holds up enough to have faith that, hey, if we got to go into the season, I mean, do I think he's going to be John Elway? Hell no. But I think he can definitely get you, last year was a lot of bad quarterback play. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, if your defense is like that, if you can run the ball and then say, hey, just get us 5, 6, 7 good passes per game on some Tebow, then anything's possible. So Howell's decent, man, and he's got a wireful arm. It's just a matter of I'm a little shocked that I feel like this DK Metcalf move was for Russell. They do jersey swap. DK has the highest favor, has the most love for Russell. Jersey swap, every time his eyes light up when he sees Russell post game. So to me, I was a little, this feels like this is exactly what it is. Obviously, Russell's not under contract, but this seems like a big time ringing endorsement. We definitely want him back. And they think maybe we didn't just have enough weapons. And Freemuth was on the record. Their Pro Bowl caliber tight end was celebrating. Pickens, you gotta love it because that keeps the defense into single coverage. And I don't think anyone want to see him one-on-one on the island. They don't want no parts of that. No deep defensive back. So hey, congrats to the Steelers. They got a weapon to be determined. I still think they need to. That's another team. I'm not counting on no damn Skylar Thompson as my backup though. That's out of question. But I think both teams won. I like it really for Seattle though because they dealt with reality. I hate this delusional thing like, oh, we can't lose this guy. We're gonna sign him and then just have him sitting in the garage because you don't have the financial ability to really, you don't have the resources to really go out and enjoy the lifestyle that it comes with, like having an antique car or something. That's kind of what it is if you were to re-sign him. So facing reality, compounding, draft capital. That's what you do. You deal in facts, and I really like that. So kudos to Seattle, also to the Steelers. You got potential to be one of the best offenses. they'll probably look like Seattle's offense, quite frankly. But what they got isn't, they got some real monsters. If Watt didn't get injured, the skies was the limit. So, the Chiefs got another threat to worry about, another year like that. We'll see what they do with Najee Harris. That's the key. 26-year-old running back, power back. There's some miles, some tread on them tires, but they on paper it looks good. I know life is in a game of Madden, but still, we'll see. All right, Utopians. I hope this video was informative. I'll try to do better next time. What an exciting day in the NFL. Global out.